Hey guys, this is Devin here with Hillbilly Networks again. Today I'm going to show you how to use the ping tool in command prompt. The ping tool in command prompt is useful for troubleshooting networking issues when you're not sure that you are reaching an IP address for some reason or another. It can actually verify your own connection as well as a full connection to that device in terms of layer 3, in terms of IP communications. You can actually type in a website. You can type in ping space a website, or you can type in ping space an IP address such as this. Both of these are actually Google. The 8.8.8.8 is Google's DNS. Up top you'll actually see it converted www.google.com into an IP address, 172.217.4.106. Apologize if I got any of those numbers wrong. I'm doing a voiceover on this video, so again, I apologize if I get something like that incorrect. But going over this information at the bottom here, you'll see you return 4 replies, and it's got a TTL, which is time to live. It's got the bytes that the packet size was, and the time in milliseconds that it took for that to travel back to you, well, to and from. But at the bottom, one of the most important parts, in my opinion, is your loss percentage. You'll see down at the bottom it'll say amount of packets sent for, amount of packets received for, loss is 0. When your loss is 0, you're going to have a 0% loss. Occasionally you might see where you see a 50% loss. That doesn't necessarily mean there's an issue with your connection. It could mean there's an issue somewhere in the route, because you got to remember, when you're communicating across the internet, it's not just you and your internet provider doing the work. It's you and hundreds and thousands of other internet providers connected together to get you from point A to point B. And sometimes their equipment may fail, a packet may drop, their equipment may be overloaded, a packet may drop. There's various different reasons for that. But it does not always mean that the issue is on your end. So a lot of times, sometimes if you see a 50% loss, you go ahead and run that ping again, and you'll see it change to 0%, unless there is an ongoing issue. Another tool I will discuss in another video, if you are getting lost, you can sometimes use a tool called traceroute, especially if you're getting 100% loss. Traceroute allows you to be able to communicate with an IP address, send one of these type of packets here. These are ICMP packets, if I remember correctly, and I believe traceroute uses a similar, if not the same one, type of packet to communicate. Correct me if I'm wrong in my video. Please leave it in the comments, because I hate to misinform somebody. But anyways, whenever it sends that, it bounces across several different pieces of equipment, like I was saying, several different ISPs and their equipment, your ISP, and the receiving device. A trace route would actually show you where that packet is stopping. It'd say, hey, I got to right here, didn't get no farther. And it's going to send that information back to you. And at that point, you can actually do something with that information. Especially if it's an ISP that you're pinging, a server. Say you're pinging a server in California somewhere, and that's the stopping point. You could actually look up that IP address that it's stopping at. There's websites, I forget the exact names, but they're basically, who is this IP? Not what is my IP, because a lot of people use that, but who is this? And you're looking at basically to see who that belongs to. Another place you could probably look that up is on ARIN, ARIN. That's basically the organization that sells blocks of public IP addresses to people, such as internet providers. And they will actually show who an IP address belongs to. And once you know that, you'll have contact information, and you can contact those people and report an outage and possibly get it fixed. So traceroute can be very handy. But in this video today, we're just going to do the ping. Here you'll see I was using ping space -t space 8.8.8.8. That -T basically creates a continuous ping. That's used a lot in networking by network administrators when there's an issue. You can set a computer up to do a continuous ping. And then whenever the issue is resolved, you will see it change from request timeout, like you saw previously in the video. I gave an example of that, and it will change to this, where you have successful pings. And then you know, boom, the issue is fixed. The issue is resolved. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thanks, guys.